Many stories have been written and films made concerning airmen who served in those terrible and difficult days in the 1939–45 war. This story, now to be told, spanning 40 years, is of the bravery and dedication of the men of the Royal Air Forces of the Commonwealth and concerns 10 such men, 9 of whom were killed. One, Roy Child, is alive today. It is because of him and Peter Wilson, the son of one of his deceased crew members, we are able to tell this story of one man's search to ensure that his fallen comrades were recognized as the heroes they were, and have a suitable memorial dedicated to them, and of a young man also seeking the background to his father's death. Together, these 2 men have produced a lasting memorial to the crew of Sterling LK 380Y Yorker. The story begins at St. John's, Beck Row, a small country church which borders Royal Air Force Mildenhall. During the war, a section of this churchyard was reserved especially for airmen and is now the War Graves plot cared for by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. From 1939 to 1945, 76 airmen were buried there, 51 of the Royal Air Force, 14 of the Royal Canadian Air Force, 5 from the Royal Australian Air Force, and 6 of the Royal New Zealand Air Force. These men were from many walks of life, from ground crew killed when Royal Air Force Mildenhall was subjected to an enemy bombing attack in 1940, others killed in action over enemy territory, and airmen who saw action in various parts of the world, including Pilot Officer Rawdon Hume Middleton, the first Australian to be awarded the Victoria Cross. He was captain and pilot of Sterling aircraft detailed to attack Turin on the 28th of November 1942. Before the bombs could be released, the aircraft was damaged and crew injured. Middleton was determined to bomb the target regardless of the consequences and not allow the crew to fall into enemy hands. While all the crew displayed heroism of a high order, the urge to do so came from Middleton. Determined to return to the United Kingdom, he lost his life when the aircraft crashed in the English Channel. Squadron leader Lloyd Coleman, a New Zealand barrister who enlisted in the Royal Air Force in January 1939 as a pilot, served first in England, completing many missions over Germany, and awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. Transferring to the Middle East and Malta, he was awarded a bar to his Distinguished Flying Cross. Returning to England for another tour of operations, he lost his life when his Sterling aircraft crashed on landing at Mildenhall in 1942. Sergeant George Con Ellard, an Irishman who joined the Air Force on leaving school in October 1943, using his brother's birth certificate as he was only 16 years old, completed 22 bombing missions as a rear gunner. He was killed on the 13th of August 1944 when his Lancaster was hit by cannon shell over enemy territory. He was only 17 years of age. Also in the War Graves plot are 5 unnamed headstones bearing the words, "An airman of the 1939–45 war, known unto God, 9th of November 1943. This is the story concerning these 5 headstones and the 9 airmen buried there. The airmen served with 90 Squadron at Royal Air Force Tottenham, Suffolk, at Satellite Station of Royal Air Force Mildenhall, and were the crew of Sterling LK 380Y Yorker. Let us now look at the crew, left to right. The pilot, Flight Lieutenant Robert Young Roger, aged 27, from Forfar, Scotland, known as Skip, educated at Forfar Academy. He was the top pupil in the arts, a proficient golfer who played against England. In 1933 he joined the Scottish Union and National Insurance Company, joining the Royal Air Force in July 1941. In 1942 he started his pilot's training in the United States of America. Returning to the United Kingdom in November 1942, did training at 11 Operational Training Unit at Westcliff, joining the rest of the crew at 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach, later transferring to 90 Squadron on the 29th of July 1943. The bomb aimer, Sergeant Robert Wilson, aged 30, known as Tug, from Langley Moor, Durham, a widower whose wife died in January 1941, leaving a 3-year-old son who was later adopted by his grandparents. Educated at St Patrick's Roman Catholic School and Johnson Grammar School. He worked in the Daimler aircraft factory in Coventry before enlisting in the Royal Air Force in September 1941. He grew to love flying and joined the rest of the crew on the 1st of July 1943 at 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach, transferring to 90 Squadron on the 29th of July 1943. The rear gunner, Flight Sergeant Howell Idris Jones, aged 28, an Australian from Randwick, New South Wales. He was married with a young son. He enlisted in the Royal Australian Air Force in September 1941. He arrived in England in December 1942 and was one of the most alert members of the crew. He expressed the fact that he might not survive the war. If he did survive, he expressed the desire to go into farming, wanting to own land and rear sheep back in Australia. A quiet man of inherent nature, he also joined the rest of the crew on the 1st of July 1943 at 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach. The navigator, Pilot Officer Clifford Mitchell, aged 29, known as Cliff, from Bury, Lancashire. A widower with a 3-year-old son, Tony, left in the care of his sister. He gained his Member of the Pharmaceutical Society degree at Manchester University and was a chemist in Boots, London, before enlisting in the Royal Air Force in 1941, joining the rest of the crew at 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach. A man by nature introspective who spoke little of his future plans. The flight engineer, Sergeant Edward Devaney, Ed, aged 32, a married man from Gateshead, Durham, educated at Blessed Sacrament School. Ed was a devout Roman Catholic. He had been apprenticed to a painter and decorator, and in the late 1930s established his own business. He enlisted in the Royal Air Force in January 1941. After initial training, he moved into the service and technical school for flight engineers. In June 1943, he completed his final course at No. 4 School of Technical Training and was posted on the 19th of June 1943 to 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach, joining the rest of the crew. The wireless operator, Sergeant Leslie Maybury Griffiths, aged 21, known as Les, from Coventry. A landmine shattered the family home in a raid on the city in 1940, and his mother had been seriously injured. Les had been an accounts clerk at the Dunlop Motor Works, joining the Royal Air Force in February 1941, before he was 20 years old. A quiet and conscientious person who was engaged to be married. Joined the rest of the crew at 1651 Conversion Unit at Waterbeach. The mid-upper gunner, Sergeant Roy Child, aged 17, from Hornchurch, Essex, educated at Gidea Park College, worked as a motor accessory salesman before joining the Royal Air Force on the 24th of August 1942, at the age of 16, by putting up his age. The youngest member of the crew, he survived the bombing of southeast England and London and had no plans for the future. But in fact, of all the regular crew of Sterling Y. Yorker, he was the only one who had a future. Hoped to be a pilot, but volunteered to go on an air gunner's course at Morpeth, as this was a shorter course so that he could fly quicker and see the action. Posted to 11 Operational Training Unit at Westcliff in May 1943, where he crewed up with Bob Roger and later with the rest of the crew. Such were the men, therefore, of this bomber crew, men from all walks of life, who had not wished to be involved in the war, but answering the call of duty, gave unstintingly for their country. The Sterling was the first 4-engine bomber to go into service with the Royal Air Force on the 10th of February 1941. 2,331 were built, capable of carrying a maximum bomb load of 14,000 pounds, and had a cruising speed of 200 miles per hour. Its 4 Hercules engines consuming 200 gallons of fuel per hour from its 2,254-gallon fuel tanks. Stirling LK380 was built at the Austin Motor Works at Longbridge. Some of the ground crew besides Stirling LK380 showing the size of the plane. Sergeant Arthur Stubbs in charge of the ground crew. The code letter Y can be seen on the front of the plane. Corporal Brown, second in charge of ground crew. These were the tools of their new trade, bombs designed to ensure a swift end to the war by taking the war to the heart of Germany in Berlin, Cologne, Frankfurt and Mönchengladbach. This is the calmness in which the aircrew prepared for their dangerous missions over enemy territory. But to get the real feel of what they experienced, we need to look at comparable films to illustrate the hazards the crew took part in. The following film was made by the Ministry of Defence in 1941. Target for Tonight.
How are they coming along?
Well, not too bad. Quarter decent negative.
Rightio. Get them along to the squadron leader as soon as they're done.
All right.
Many aircraft on that aerodrome?
5 Ju-52s and quite a lot of 109s.
Oh, good. Well, let me see it, will you, when you're finished?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Prints from the last sortie, sir.
Thank you. What are they like?
Very good, sir.
Thank you very much. That's fine. This looks pretty good. I really think we have got something this time. Donald, would you get me the Firehausen file, please?
Certainly, sir.
You know, this is most interesting. They've done a most tremendous amount here. It's a colossal installation now. Let's have a look at that file. Thank you. Remember, we saw it about 3 months ago. Quite a small little place, nothing much happening. Just a wood. Here we are. You can see just small sidings and empty wood, practically no traffic, no barges, and nothing. But now, look at it. Quite different. Greatly extended sidings, oil tanks along a row by this railway line, pipelines coming out of the wood where there are more installations, coming down to these barges in the river. And it's very big.
It certainly is a peach of a target, isn't it, sir?
It's just what the CNC must have. Now, look, if you'll write the analysis, I'll get on with the intelligence report for him.
Certainly, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. The Met Officer confirms the good weather forecast for tonight, sir.
Right. Then we'll go ahead with our maximum effort. Controller, warn all groups to carry out Operation K tonight.
Yes, sir.
The thing here I think you ought to see, sir.
Yes?
Bomber command to all groups. Targets for tonight. Maximum effort tonight. Town 434, Germany. Target naval docks and barracks. I will repeat that.
What do you think of these
Maximum effort
Freihausen
tonight.
photographs, sir?
Town 434.
I think they're excellent.
Target naval docks and barracks.
Let's go and have a look at the map. Controller, get me AOC 33 group.
Yes, sir.
That's the spot, sir.
Yeah.
You're through to AOC 33 group, sir.
Thank you, Maitland. I've just been looking at the photographs of Freihausen. They confirm exactly what we thought. I want you to divert one squadron on this target tonight. An experienced squadron which will go in low. That's it. I'll send you the photographs immediately. Thank you.
Give me all stations.
Yes, sir.
Stand by all stations for the AOC. I'm putting you through now.
434. That's Kiel, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You're through, sir.
Maximum effort tonight on Kiel. Objective, naval docks and barracks. I want every available aircraft on this target. Have you got that? Right. In addition, Millerton will provide one squadron to attack the new oil storage and tankers at Freihausen. Freihausen. You get full details and photographs from intelligence. That's all.
Right, sir.
Get me the intelligence room, please.
Ask the wing commander to come in.
Yes, sir.
Hello, intelligence room. The group captain wants you.
Yes, sir. Freihausen, sir? It's on the Rhine, sir. It's the old man, Jimmy. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. It's on the right bank. About 15 miles north of Freiburg, in the Black Forest.
Oh, yes, I know that. What I want is target information. The latest target maps. Any recent photographs showing the new oil tanks and storage. Briefing is at 14:30 hours. Got it?
Very good, sir. That's our objective, briefing at 2:30.
That? What's it got that Ham hasn't got?
Well, that's a good thing. I haven't been off the ground for a week. It's all very well for you. I had a party tonight. Well, that saved your headache. Thank you very much.
That's a fine thing. That's the second time in for nuts has been washed out.
If you'd a better navigator, you'd go off now.
Listen, Jock, who was it didn't know whether over Hanover or Hampton Court?
That's a joke.
Joke my eye.
Oh, now there's your plug-in lead.
All right, thank you.
Operations tonight, fellas.
How do you know?
Oh, I'll get around. I'll get all the gen. Hey, Conley, what's the odds today? Wait a minute, I'll tell you. Kiel, Wilhelmshaven and the Channel Port, 2-1. Gelsenkirchen, 7-1. Hamburg and Cologne, 8-1. All others, 10s. I'll have a 10 on the Channel Port. Okay, you're on.
You can see it's a reasonable target to spot, seeing that we've got the moonlight and these water landmarks. But anyway, I shall send your 2 best men first with incendiaries.
In that case, I'll send in Phillips and Anderson first. They're my 2 best.
Yes, that'll do very well. The rest had better have AG. These tanks look as though they've got heavy concrete tops. And it's no good trying to draw their fire. They won't open up on you until they're sure you've found the target.
No, I don't suppose they will, sir. There's bound to be an awful lot of stuff around there. There always is around that type of target. It's mostly light flak at that.
I think we'd better have a delayed action bomb in each bomb load. They won't be able to get near the place after that.
Very good, sir.
You'd better send O'Reilly last to make sure. He's mad enough for anything.
Yes, very good, Tom.
What's up? Morning, Corporal. Here's today's orders. A and B flights to be operational. C for Charlie and R for Robert incendiaries. The rest 4 500s and 1,000 pounder.
What time take off, sir?
Around 7:30.
Very good.
Oh, and there's a camera on you for Uncle. That'll mean a flash bomb.
Very good.
What's the target, Sarge?
Just me, boy, I didn't know.
Have those barrels for F for Freddy gone over here?
They've gone over, Sarge.
Okay.
Which turret do these gun barrels go, Jimmy? Front or rear?
They're for the rear turret, Bill. I'll be down in a minute.
Okay.
131.6, 19.6. 131.5, 18.5.
Wind is 22 miles an hour at 309 degrees.
Visibility 12 miles, 3/10 cumulus cloud at 3,000 feet.
Right.
Come in. Morning, Wilson.
Good morning, sir. Here's the information about tonight's target.
Good. Have we got sufficient dope on it, do you think?
Oh, I think plenty with the photographs.
Good. Right, well, I'll see you at the briefing this afternoon, then.
Yes, sir.
Sit down, please. You're on to a new target tonight, Freihausen.
It'll be roughhousing by the time we're through with it.
It's not as funny as you seem to think, Sergeant Calder. Happens to be an extremely important target. There's one thing first, crew of F for Freddy. Dixon, you're captain. I want you to take Lee as wireless operator tonight, and not Catford. Bad luck, Catford. So the crew will be Dixon, Willett, McPherson, Lee, Bell, and Harrison. The rest are unchanged. Now for your actual objective. As you'll see from your target maps, it looks like an unimportant railway siding. In actual fact, as you'll see from photographs, it's the site of a large oil dump. It's very well hidden amongst the trees, but there shouldn't be very much difficulty in finding the position. And your job tonight, my lads, is to find it and destroy it. Now Squad Leader Wilson will describe the target to you, and I'll say some more afterwards.
Put out the lights. This is your target. Oil storage at Freihausen. There are indications of considerable storage in the wood, here and here. But the principal feature is the accumulation of oil wagons on the sidings and barges on the river. The river, you will see from your target map, runs away to the north when it gets off the picture. The canal runs from east to west for about 3 miles. I suggest that you make your bombing run parallel to the canal from east to west, and that will bring you straight up to the target. Other landmarks are the railway to the south of the canal with the bridge over the river half a mile south of the target. You can get your target maps from the clerk outside the door afterwards.
Any questions?
Would it be okay to go in low tonight, sir?
I'm coming to that. Phillips and Anderson, you're full of incendiaries tonight. You'll take off quarter of an hour before everybody else, and your job is to definitely locate the target and set the wood on fire.
Right, sir.
Take your time about it, because the others will be following you up. There's no reason for the rest of you to bomb the first fire that you come to. You must definitely locate the target before you bomb. After all, even Anderson can make mistakes. O'Reilly, you'll go in last and make sure.
Okay, I'll do that, sir.
Good man, but remember the tree's very high around the target. Method of attack for the rest of you, I leave to individual captains. As soon as the Hun knows that you found the target, you'll get the usual plentiful supply of flak. So there's no good expecting an easy passage, because you won't get one. Remember, don't risk aircraft unnecessarily. Your main object is to bomb the target, and then to bring your aircraft back safely. What's the armament officer got to say?
Not much, sir. You'll find your bomb load written up there. One of the bombs in each aircraft is a delayed action. That is, with the exception of C and R. You don't need to worry about that. It's being taken care of in the section.
Right, what's the weatherman got to tell us this time?
Well, the weather should be favourable. Cloud increasing across the North Sea, but with breaks in it. Good visibility. Navigational winds northwest, 30 miles an hour at all heights. Risk of fog at base aerodrome towards dawn. The charts you can see upstairs afterwards.
Thank you.
How about signals? Wireless operators will get the call signs for tonight from me in my office. And don't forget, as you're well over the other side, you can usually get your bearing from bow if you're stuck.
That all, sir?
Yes, I think it's a lot.
You should say that, you know?
Yes.
Well, chaps, no doubt about it, we've got a good one for tonight. It should be fairly easy to find, and with those water landmarks and the light, you should manage a good run up. Go in and flatten it, and good luck to you.
I'll go along and get the call signs and signals, Skipper.
Okay. We're going to have a look at the gun, sir.
All right, but don't be late.
Okay, sir. We'll be in the crew room on time.
Where's that Scotch navigator?
Coming, sir.
Well, go along and have a look at that course.
Man I want. You owe me half a crown.
Mind it there.
Listen, I can't pay my mess bill, let alone you.
Well, neither can I. So...
All right. See me after the trip.
Righto.
You would remember that.
Hey, some klutz pinched my boots. Come on, pull your finger out. Where's my boots? Thank you.
We had the hell of a party.
You may see a big cone of searchlights over here, but I shouldn't let it worry you.
What did you do?
Ooh, being a gentleman, I turned the other cheek.
She's a bit hefty, isn't she?
She is.
Oh, I see. And we'll probably see our other lads giving the channel ports a bashing. But on the whole, we'll probably have a pretty clear run right in.
Good long run up, and you'll have plenty of time to see the target. There'll be no need for a dummy run.
Yes, okay.
All from F for Freddie here?
I'm here anyway. Here, sir. I'm here, Skipper.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Well, that's a change anyway.
Tell him it's here.
Can see it?
Oh, my God, where's my helmet? Where the devil's my helmet? Ah, there you are.
yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. Right, transmit, please.
Hello, Control. Hello, Control. Path calling. Are you receiving me? Over.
Hello, Flare Path. Control answering. I am receiving you well. Over.
Right, transmit, please.
Okay.
Hello, Flare Path. See Charlie calling Flare Path. May we taxi up and take off? May we taxi up and take off? Over.
Right, transmit, please.
Hello, C. Charlie. Hello, C. Charlie. Path answering. Path answering. Yes, you may taxi out and take off. You may taxi out and take off. Over.
C for Charlie, airborne, sir. 19 hours, 35 minutes.
Anchor.
Transmit, please.
Hello, Control. Hello, Control. Path here. C. Charlie took off 1935. Over. Freddy. Hello, Freddy. Yes, you may take off. Off you go. Off you go. Over. Okay, chaps, here we go.
Captain Freddy, off 1951, sir.
Anchor. Hello, rear gunner. Can you hear me?
I'm okay, Skipper.
Hello, front gunner. Can you hear me?
Okay, Skipper.
Hello, Mac. Gone to sleep yet?
No, I have not.
Hello, operator. Everything okay?
Well, it seems to be all here, sir.
Hello, second pilot. Ready to do some oil pumping?
That's all the second pilot's for.
Well, that's all right. Freihausen, here we come. Hello, Mac. Where are we now, as though you're likely to know?
I can't find where we are. We're coming to Carlsruhe. Famous for its breweries, you know.
Good old Mac.
Let's go down and smash bread.
Hello, everybody. Let me know if you see anything.
Hello, Skip. Searchlights are flanked the starboard quarter.
By God, so there is. The natives appear hostile.
Hello, Skipper. The target's about 50 miles up the river. I suggest we make a sweep and approach it down the river. We'll see the canal better then. Over to you.
Okay.
I can see the canal as plain as my face.
Okay, I'll turn around and check up. Any signs of life?
Not a thing, Skip.
I wonder where Andy is. He was going to light us in.
They got the incendiaries.
Alarm! Achtung! Help!
Drei Viertel. 31. 31. Sendung 3,5. Sendung 3,5. Feuer.
He's right to the target. I can see the sighting.
Okay, stand by. I'm going in a glide.
Can I start the flight, Skipper?
Yes, okay. Let go the 1,000-pounder last, Mac.
Bomb doors open. Bomb doors open. Left. Steady. Right. Steady. Steady at that. Bomb's gone.
Good man. Beg of nuts or a cigar?
Oh, I think I'll just have a sandwich.
Operator, will you send the target bomb signal?
Okay, sir.
Okay, chaps, don't worry. Everything's all right. Anybody hurt?
The wireless operator's copped it.
Badly?
No, I don't think so. Only in the leg.
Okay, you take her over, Willow. She seems to be okay. Make height, but don't flog her.
An interrupted message map for Freddie, sir. Is this all we've got? Yes, sir. It suddenly stopped after giving the target bomb signal.
Oh, all right.
Well, how's it going?
C for Charlie and R for Robert are on their way back, sir. Several other aircraft have bombed the target.
Oh, good. Better mark F for Freddie over the target. Very good, sir. Hello, seen this?
Not so good, sir. Might be wireless failure, perhaps.
Let's hope so.
I can't get nothing on the set, sir. It's dead. Let me try, sir.
No, you keep quiet. We'll manage without it.
Skipper. Here a moment.
What's the trouble?
Oil pressure dropping on the port engine. I can't make any height.
Losing any?
No, but I can't make any.
All right, I'll take over. You go back and look after the wireless operator.
Nothing more on F for Freddie, I'm afraid, sir. Afraid he is getting a bit late. How's the weather holding? Not too good, I think, but I'll go and find out.
Hello, Flare Path. Control calling. How is the weather, please? Over.
Hello, Control. Path answering. Visibility is now down to 500 yards. The mist is thickening. Over.
I was afraid of that.
Hello, Skipper. I've got a sight. We're about halfway to Harwich.
Okay, if I can keep her from losing any more height, then Bob's your uncle. Don't forget about our balloons, Mac.
Don't worry, I'll not forget the balloons.
How's the invalid?
Oh, he's fine, but feeling awful cold. It's a shock, I expect. I had the same when I fell off my bike.
They're all down now, except for F. Freddy, of course.
All right. Call up the observer corps and see if they can give us a line on him.
Yes, all right, sir.
And tell all aerodromes to be prepared to light up immediately in case Wellington comes over.
Yes.
That, gentlemen, is good old England, and I must say I'm damn glad to see it.
Do you see what I see, Skipper?
What do you see, my young Scottish friend?
Fog. Dirty, yellow, stinking fog.
Hello, Tom.
Come on, let's get out and have a look at the weather.
Go on, Tom.
Get a breather at the same time. Hell's bells, just look at this muck. Hope Dixon gets a move on.
He's probably got engine trouble, of course, huh? Wait a moment, Tom. Is that an aircraft?
Bless them all!
Shut up, you bogman! Stand still!
That's one all right.
Must be a Freddy in that case, huh? I'll go straight down to the flare path.
Right, Herb.
All right, I'll take it, huh?
Ankle.
Pay attention, everybody. We are over the aerodrome, but I can see practically nothing. The port engine is very rough. We could make a bit of height and jump out. Or we could have a stab at landing.
Let's try it, sir. I'd go in and land, sir. Try a landing, sir. Have a crack at it, sir. I'm all for landing.
Okay, keep your fingers crossed.
Coming in now, sir.
Right, put the floodlight on, quickly.
Right, sir.
Put the jump light on.
Go and get an ambulance, will you? The operator's copped it.
Come in, Dixon. I hear you made a